Fairfax County Public Schools will host a community conversation on teen stress, fostering wellness and resiliency on Saturday, May 17th from 10 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at Hayfield Secondary School. The event will bring together teens and parents, the school system, Fairfax County government, private mental health providers, coaches, and community and faith-based organizations who work with teens to discuss the many facets of stress that affect today's youth and how wellness and resiliency resources can provide support. I'm in the studio here today with Dr. Garza, Superintendent. Thank you.
Hi, Barbara. How are you?
I'm great.
Thank you for having me.
This is a great event that's coming up, and it really focuses on helping teens in a way that I don't think we've really focused our community on as a whole. So this is the first time we've hosted such an event. Why now?
Well, we've had some recent events. We've had a number of suicides over the last couple of years that we're very concerned about. But when we visit with our student leadership, they often talk about, this past year we've asked about their life as students in our system. They'll say that our students and their friends are under a lot of stress and pressure. And while we recognize that we can't solve that alone, we felt like it was time for us to reach out to the broader community and have a conversation and really together try to develop solutions that might help our students with the stress of the high demands that are placed upon them today.
Yeah, it seems like teens are in such great stress as opposed to even 10 years ago. What do you hope is the outcome of this community conversation?
I hope that we can identify some solutions. These are complex issues. We know that we have students in crisis, families in crisis. We know there's stress associated with the high demands. And we know that there are solutions, but it's very complex. So we're hoping that partnering with our parents and the larger community, the county has been very instrumental and helpful in helping us identify resources and support. And so it's really bringing everyone together because parents are a part of the solution, we're a part of the solution, our county and the county support is also part of that solution. Right. So we're anxious and looking forward to having an opportunity to visit with young people who will be a part of the program. We've called upon some national experts, Dr. Brad Sachs, who is a psychologist and well-known author on these issues. He will be there talking with us as leaders, as school leaders, educators, but parents also about what you can look for in your child. How can you broker the conversation with your child about suicide and just stress, and where do you go for help if you're feeling anxious and overwhelmed?
And he's a noted author, Dr. Brad Sachs, and we'll run at the end of this show a couple of books that he's written that people can tap into and look up and read for themselves. It sounds like a great opportunity. I understand there are going to be 60 breakout sessions on just a variety of topics. What are some of those topics?
We've reached out, we've asked for suggestions on topics, so we've had community members, parents, students who've suggested topics, educators. So we'll have sessions on homework. We know that is sometimes a stressor with our students, the amount of homework, and something that we're really working on. But how do you manage that homework as well? Just teen stress, alcohol and drug abuse, which we know is something that we're always concerned about in our young people, and how we look for signs where a student might need help. So there's all manner of topics that I think parents will find useful as we contemplate how do we develop stronger resilience in our children. We're all very concerned and very interested in making sure that our students lead a balanced life, that they're successful in our school system, but that they're also healthy and happy, because that's got to be a part of the equation.
Definitely. Now, this is just not a one-time conversation. This is kind of a kickoff to some other strategies down the road. What are you seeing?
We know that we need to do more, and so going into the next school year, and we may not have it all figured out next year, it's something we've continually have to concern ourselves with, is how do we take care of our children. And so this next year, I think some changes that our community can expect is we know we need to do more training with our teachers and our employees throughout our system about what signs to look for and how can we make sure that when students are demonstrating some signs that they may be stressed, how can we respond and provide support in a non-threatening, non-judgmental way. I think a lot of times our students fear that if we know that they're not perfect, that we will think less of them, and I think that's certainly something that we need to make sure our students know that everyone experiences tough times and that we're there to support them. So more training for our teachers and employees, making sure that we're educating our children and our students about where to go if they need help, certainly with our school employees, but we also have some tip lines that they can call in and talk to a professional that's 24/7 available to our students and to our families. It can be anonymous and certainly, again, non-judgmental, because everyone struggles here and there, and we need to make sure we have that right support for them. So we're looking at a number of different things that we can do to make sure that we're providing the right support services. And I think parent training will be something that we'll continue to have to do to work with our families, because this is not, this is a very important issue, not only to Fairfax County, but the nation. We're seeing that we do have students that oftentimes are experiencing a lot of despair. How do we help them? And so I think that together, this community, we can develop some new supports that I hope will help lots more children.
Great. Well, it's an important topic and a very important event, and thank you so much for being here and sharing it.
We hope we have a good turnout on May the 17th, and we welcome our parents and our teenagers to be there. Looking forward to it.
Thank you.